The internet has had many good debates over the past few years, and everyone has their own opinion about them. But I'm not really here to talk about what other people think. I'm just here to say what I think is right in these debates. People also disagree with me, but realistically, I don't really care. Cry about it. First debate: the blue and black or gold and white dress. This is a pretty old debate that randomly resurfaces every few years just because the people who want to be different can't keep their opinion to themselves. And I know this probably has something to do with the lighting and brightness or whatever, but the right answer is obviously gold and white. Undebatable. The people who say otherwise are just attention hungry and need to get off the internet and touch some grass or something, I don't know. Whoever is saying it isn't white and gold are definitely lying, because I don't know how you say anything else, mainly blue and black. Like, those two color combinations are completely different from white and gold. There should only be one right answer to this. I mean, then again, the photo is probably edited to look more like a certain color because people on the internet are major gaslighters for no reason. But still, if you had the IQ level higher above room temperature, you could just look up the original for yourself and tell that it's obviously not black and blue. So, yeah, it's gold and white. Undebatable. The correct way to write an X. See, me personally, I write my X's with both lines going downwards, starting from left to then right, which is number 7 here. To me, this just makes the most amount of sense, because when you're writing something, doesn't writing towards yourself allow you to have more control over the pencil? So it just makes more sense to write both lines going downwards, towards yourself. And I go from left to right because I'm left-handed, that special 10%. But for most people, I'd understand running it right to left since most people are right-handed, so I'll let that slide. But any other option here is a federal crime, bro. Like, look at these. If you write your X's in any of these other diabolical ways, you deserve jail time. They're all federal crimes to me. You're literally going out of your way to make writing a letter more complicated. And if you do this one, man, I don't even know what to say. If you people exist, just know no one's forcing you to do this. Yanny or Laurel and Brainstorm and Green Needle. These two are subjective because it really depends on what you're trying to hear and what you're focusing on. So there isn't really a right or wrong answer to this one. But personally, I hear Laurel and Green Needle. But of course, anyone else can just try to hear the other one and they'll hear it eventually, so whatever. This is barely even really an argument, it's just some brain psychology or whatever, so moving on. I'm gonna pair these next two up since they're both pretty similar, but how a dog would wear pants and how a giraffe would wear a tie. I feel like this one's pretty random because it'll never matter since the animals don't wear clothes obviously, but still, who cares? I feel like a dog would wear pants across the whole bottom half of their body, because if you're using the same logic as for when humans wear pants, that being us just trying to cover up all of our legs, a dog would be using that same logic as well and covering all of their legs, being the 4 that they walk on. And for the giraffes, I'm going to just use the same logic and say that they wear it at the bottom of their necks, since that's what humans do. Alright, GIF or GIF? I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care whatever the creator said. The first word in the acronym is literally graphics, which starts with a G sound, so why would it be J? That'd be like saying Jif peanut butter is pronounced with a G sound. Doesn't make any sense. People who disagree are just trying to be different, bro. I don't care. This should even be an argument, to be honest. Cereal or milk first? Cereal. Is a tomato a fruit or vegetable? I'm not really sure about this one, to be honest, because I've always heard people refer to a tomato as a vegetable, but if you look it up, they'll say it's a fruit. But it also says a fruit is something that has seeds, but then that just makes everything a fruit, right? So that's boring, because what? So I'm just trying to say it's a vegetable, because inclusion or something like that. Representation. Whatever. Alright, last one. Are there more wheels or doors in the world? This one's actually kind of a recent argument. I actually like this argument because of how it just gets the whole idea of having a bunch of people disagree with each other and make it even better. Because nobody knows how many wheels or doors are in total because of how random both these things are. So there's just a bunch of people going off on loose estimates and arguing with it like their life depends on it. The door people might say, skyscrapers and whatnot, they got a lot of doors, and yeah, maybe, but there are only so many cities in the world for that to actually make a difference. The wheel people might say, bikes, motorcycles, shopping carts, or trolleys, whatever you want to call them. And of course, both sides say cars, because those got both doors and wheels. But with that, a car will have at least 4 wheels while having at least 2 doors. So for cars, the wheels and doors will either cancel each other out since there's an equal amount of doors and wheels, or there'll be more wheels since, trucks. So with all that, I'm gonna have to go with wheels, because if you actually look it up, there's some estimate of 38 billion wheels in the world, which kind of sounds like a lot. So I'm just go with that one. So moral of the story: arguing is overrated.
You live in a pineapple under the sea or no? Do you want a Krabby Patty?